Imagine being abandoned before you even understand what abandonment means. No inheritance, no powerful family, no wealthy connections, nothing. Now imagine growing up surrounded by poverty, uncertainty, and loss. Would you ever believe that one day your name would become one of the most recognizable luxury brands on earth? Most people wouldn't. But that's exactly what happened. And the strange part is that this story begins in a place that looked nothing like luxury. It began in an orphanage, not a palace, not a mansion, not a wealthy household, an orphanage. And hidden inside that unlikely beginning was a lesson about money that most people never learn. Because sometimes the people who understand value best are the ones who grow up without it. The young girl at the center of this story lost her mother early. Her father eventually left. And just like that, she found herself living among rows of plain walls, strict routines, and very few possessions. Everything around her was simple, almost painfully simple. No extravagant decorations, no colorful fabrics, no symbols of wealth, just order, discipline, and survival. At the time, it probably felt like a cruel disadvantage. But years later, something remarkable would happen. The very environment that seemed to limit her would quietly shape the ideas that made her famous. Because while others were surrounded by luxury, she became obsessed with simplicity. And simplicity would eventually become worth billions. But she didn't know that yet. At that point, survival was still the priority. As she grew older, she worked wherever she could. Small jobs, modest pay, uncertain future. Nothing suggested greatness was waiting ahead. If you had passed her on the street, you would have seen just another young woman trying to make a living. Yet something was happening beneath the surface. She was watching, observing, studying people, especially wealthy people, how they dressed, how they behaved, what they spent money on, and more importantly, what frustrated them. Most businesses fail because they focus on products. The greatest businesses often focus on frustrations. And she noticed a frustration hiding in plain sight. At the time, fashion was complicated, heavy, restrictive, uncomfortable. Luxury often required discomfort. People accepted it because that's how things had always been. But what if luxury didn't need to be uncomfortable? What if elegance could be simple? It was a dangerous idea, because challenging tradition usually means challenging powerful people. And powerful people rarely welcome change. But change was coming anyway, slowly at first, then all at once. The young woman began designing pieces that looked different from everything around them. Cleaner, simpler, more practical. Some people hated it, others were intrigued. And curiosity is often the first step toward demand. As more people noticed her work, opportunities began appearing. The same society that once ignored her was starting to pay attention. But success never arrives without resistance. Critics questioned her. Competitors mocked her. Many believed her ideas would never last. Yet something interesting was happening. Customers kept returning, not because the products were the most expensive, but because they solved a problem. They made people feel elegant without sacrificing comfort. And that's when the real transformation began. The world wasn't buying fabric. The world was buying a new idea. An idea that luxury could be modern, accessible, timeless. Suddenly, a woman who once owned almost nothing was helping redefine how wealth looked. The irony is impossible to ignore. The person who grew up without luxury became one of luxury's most powerful creators. The person surrounded by simplicity built an empire from simplicity. And the orphan who seemed destined for obscurity became known around the world. Her name was Coco Chanel, and the company she built would become one of the most influential luxury brands in history. But perhaps the biggest lesson isn't about fashion. It's about perspective. Because the things that seem like disadvantages today often become the foundations of tomorrow's success. The orphanage didn't look like an opportunity. The hardship didn't look like an advantage. The simplicity didn't look valuable. Until years later. History often celebrates success. But success usually begins in places nobody would think to look. All the big businesses solved a problem, made ease. If you look around, you'll find many issues to be fixed. You just need to start, success will follow. If you enjoyed this story and want more powerful lessons about money, business, wealth, and the hidden journeys behind the world's most successful people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Plain Sense. We work hard to bring you motivational stories and financial lessons that can help you see opportunity differently, because everyone deserves access to knowledge that can change their future.